What is going on, guys? We are the Smacktalk team. We are back. We are here to talk some Money in the Bank, some Raw Fallout. But as always, we got to start with who exactly we are. I am the Macho Man, Matty Savage.
Dan, go.
And of course, I am Insider BA. If you aren't doing it already, the links are in the description in this video. And as you can see, they're on your screen. I'm not going to read them out because you guys know how to read. It's pretty simple. And once you get there, make sure you like, share, follow, retweet, and subscribe. It's the 5 things you got to do to let all of us run wild on you.
So, of course, we are just here. We are going to talk about Money in the Bank. Guys, as a whole, before we get into a couple of the topics, what would you rate this pay-per-view out of 10, let's just say?
I'd love to answer that one. I got this out of 10, you said?
Yeah.
I got this at a solid 8 out of 10 as
Wow.
a pay-per-view. I ranked it really high, primarily because it was very entertaining. A little short stint at the WWE headquarters, got a little virtual tour there. So a lot of it came together for me. So I got it at an 8.
BA?
I have it as a 6. I really just wanted to get through all the matches and watch Money in the Bank. The beginning of the show was very, very slow, even with that fatal 4-way SmackDown tag team match. And then everything that followed was just really not interested in. Braun and Bray was great to watch and what they did with that. Drew and Seth, great match, but I just wasn't feeling the vibe on it. You know, I knew Drew was going to win. It was very predictable. And then Money in the Bank finally happened. That's what I was excited for. So I give it a 6.
I'm going to go with, under the circumstances that we're in right now, I'm going to give them a solid 7 out of 10 on this one. Definitely a well-produced Money in the Bank match in the corporate headquarters, which we'll get into that in a little bit. Both title matches were great, I thought. But definitely agree with BA that it did seem to start a little slow. Some question marks with Bobby Lashley coming out in that R-Truth match, but there was a little more clarity on Monday night, which we'll get into that too. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. And first topic I want to get into from Money in the Bank, let's talk Braun and Bray real quick. What'd you guys think of that match? Because I thought it was probably one of the better matches on the card. Probably not the match of the night, but definitely impressive for 2 legitimate heavyweights.
As much as I like Strowman as the champ, and I love Bray Wyatt and The Fiend and everything that's going on with him, I actually fell asleep. The slowness of the card put me. I watched the beginning of this match, and I might have dozed off for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5, and I woke up to. I think Braun came into the ring and he had the mask on his face, and I didn't know why he had the mask on his face, and it woke my ass up. That's what it did. I was like, "Whoa, what the hell did I miss?" And then the rest obviously happened after that. So I don't think the match put me to sleep. It was just the slowness of the beginning of the card just knocked me out. That they started off whatever they were doing. They were talking and commentating during their match. Like Bray's talking to him and everything he's doing. And of course, but yeah, it's just, I don't think the match put me to sleep. It's just the slowness of the card. Not a bad match, but I might have fell asleep. I don't know what happened in the middle. Maybe you guys can fill me in.
Yeah, I think that Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt match was so critical to the heavyweight division. And I'm talking, we had 2 of the biggest in weight, and I'm trying to disrespect anybody, but they had the weight, they had the size. It just felt like a heavyweight bout. To me, it felt like I was watching Tyson and Holyfield, and I was like, this couldn't be any more fair. And it just felt, that's what kept me in the whole match. And then when Braun came out with the mask, I said, oh my Lord, we have a curve ready to roll right now. Back of my head, I always knew that the whole curve wasn't going to go through like it did. But a little bit of me thought this might actually want this. They should want this to go through the way Bray wants it to go through, because they can build on a great story through this whole pandemic. So I just thought they didn't drop the ball per se, in my opinion, because it's Bray Wyatt. He literally can be great wherever. Like, he's going to continue this Braun fix until probably the pandemic's over, and it's going to be incredible because now we got the Fiend getting ready to get involved. But if you take a step back a little bit and you put the little pause button, and you actually have Braun lay down, take that 1, 2, 3 fall. Bray is your champion, and now we have a strong Bray Wyatt again, which that's that psychotic guy. At this point, he wins that, but he won using mind games, which the mind games he's been using, but now it's actually working on people. And you have the Fiend, which has been undefeatable except for that Goldberg little asterisk, which should have
Asterisk, yeah.
Now,
We can forget about that.
I'm sorry?
I was just saying we can forget about that because
You have to. That was the biggest smudge WWE can do, is give that belt right to Goldberg for no freaking reason. No reason at all.
But definitely a good feud that obviously I would say definitely isn't over yet. Gonna resume on Friday, like you said, probably get the Fiend involved, get another matchup at Backlash, something along those lines. But I'm on board. I agree with Dan on as well. That I was hoping to see Braun take the side of Bray, even if it was going to be to turn his back on him down the road or something like that. But yeah, it is what it is. It was definitely a good match overall. But the following match right after them, even better. This one I would say was probably a match of the night. Drew McIntyre successfully defending his WWE title against the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, who also debuted a new theme. What do you guys think about the theme for Seth Rollins and the match as a whole?
So for me, this was by far the match of the night. And I will go ahead and say match of the year. And granted,
Wow.
you know where we're at with this whole pandemic, and I'm not taking anything away from everything else. This was Drew McIntyre's shining moment match. And he did it with a great wrestler as in Seth Rollins, which they both had the best chemistry, and it felt so organic. That match was incredible. It showed how much Drew McIntyre can hang with anybody, still look strong. Seth Rollins came out as the Seth Rollins Messiah, Monday Night Messiah Rollins, and man, how could you not just fall right back into this stinking trap that he just grasped you in? Like, you literally were going away from the Seth Rollins. You're like, oh, this is burning out a little bit. Bang, he comes into this. He takes that L, but that L didn't affect it, in my opinion, just because the way that, as you see on Monday Night Raw, how it came out, it was just, it's getting tied together nicely there.
Yeah. Yeah, his character is definitely developing more and more as we're going. I know Macho has his words about Seth Rollins, but as we're going to talk about what he did on Raw. But as far as like this match, it was a great wrestling match, but I feel like the Money in the Bank was just my interest from the get-go, and because of how everything was spaced out before this, this match I think would have been great if it kicked off the pay-per-view. That's just my opinion. It would have been a great match. Bang. Oh. These two brutes going right at it. And it's just like, whoa. And then, like, out of nowhere, you know, he like you said, Matt, he debuted that new theme song. That would have been great stuff if you with a new theme song, too. I like the theme. You know, it fits the character now and not the burn it down that he used to have. And it was a good match.
And not to jump off script a little bit, but can you imagine when – because you know it's going to happen, probably not soon, and I don't want it to be soon. But can you imagine when there's a crowd again, the pop that he's going to get when the Burn It Down song comes back?
Yeah, that's right.
He plays this thing out for a while, and man, it's game time, and that song breaks. Forget about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give that the match of the night for sure. Definitely helped develop Drew as a serious title holder, which I think we all kind of knew that, but this match really solidified it to me. I've shared with you guys my thoughts on the Seth Rollins character, which I was totally on board with, but now I'm starting to kind of drift away from it because it's just not clicking without having a crowd, and it's. I know he's doing what he can with what he's got to work with, but uh, I will say, because I told we had this conversation a couple days back when I did watch Monday Night Raw last night, and I saw this new side of Seth Rollins, the more sadistic side that just snaps, and then you started tilting me back towards, all right, I'm on board. You just gave him a good song that fits his character. Then you had a good follow up to his loss to Drew McIntyre. He didn't go after Drew again, which surprised me a little bit. Obviously, you guys saw that they shook hands after the match as well.
Yeah.
So
Wow, I actually totally forgot about that.
yeah, so people started maybe thinking, is Seth just gonna kind of snap out of this and go back to being a babyface again? That was the thoughts that went through my mind. And then we
Last night
saw,
didn't prove that.
yeah, we saw the result last on Monday Night Raw, and I'm cool, and I'm in for the long run. See what Seth Rollins going to bring.
Yep.
But yeah, let's definitely get into the Money in the Bank matches themselves next. A lot of craziness happened. Both matches are happening at the same damn time. We know who the two winners are. Asuka, who, come to find out, as I'm tying this into Monday Night Raw at the same time, as you guys saw on Raw, Becky Lynch is pregnant, so congratulations to her and Seth Rollins, of course. And now Asuka is your Raw Women's Champion, just like that. I gotta say, tying the match into the announcement from Becky Lynch, to me, the match for the women's end was entertaining. They really brought it, man. Like they had fights in the conference room where, I mean, poor Dana Brooke went and thought she won the briefcase in that room. Nice cameo from Stephanie McMahon right after that. So the match as a whole, I was definitely on board. I'm not against Asuka winning at all. Seeing what transpired the following night, how now she's the champion, they tied that all together perfectly to give Becky Lynch, who has been carrying the Raw Women's division on her back for the past year, a proper send-off. So kudos to WWE on that. That's my thoughts on the women's. And I'll give you guys my men, but I want to hear your women's first.
So as far as the women's, the Money in the Bank in general, before the Money in the Bank went live, because it was a cinematic match, and they're killing it with these cinematic matches. There was a weird advertisement that was like, Becky Lynch, tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, Becky Lynch will confront the women's winner of the Money in the Bank match. And yes, it kind of, in a way, it's a spoiler. Yes, a SmackDown superstar could have won that match and went to Raw to just confront Becky Lynch. If Becky Lynch, of course, obviously we know what the pregnancy now. But I just feel like it was not needed to have that advertisement there, because it could have potentially spoiled the fact that a Raw superstar was going to win the women's Money in the Bank match. I mean, obviously, if you look now, Asuka is from Raw, and she did win the matchup. I believe the odds-on favorite was Shayna Baszler going into this, but I think the odds might have changed right on the day. They probably were a tie. The only thing about the women's side of the Money in the Bank that I did not like is every single superstar had a way out of why they weren't in certain parts of the actual match. Dana slipped, and then she got thrown into the soda machine. She's gone. Lacey Evans, she was actually in the ring when everything was going on. Nia Jax was in the ring when everything was going on. Carmella, I actually don't remember what happened to Carmella. Oh, Carmella went to the table. Bam, she's out of the match. She's done. Shayna Baszler it was never shown as to why she never made it to the top. And I did not like that aspect. Like maybe they're trying to protect her character still, and like because she went through. If you really think about it, since February, she showed up, went through everybody in the Elimination Chamber like that, and then since then, ever since she's lost to Becky, she's just taken that like weird like I don't want to lose my momentum, but at the same time, I got to be powerful like I'm still the badass Shayna Baszler, but you don't make it to the top of the headquarters, and they don't write you out of the match in any way. I think she should have been one of those last final three, and maybe Nia Jax gets her, and that potentially can start like a feud. Like obviously they're feuding already, but that could be something as Asuka wins the Money in the Bank above them both. That's just my only asterisk for the women's side of the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, I like how you did that there. Looking for a negative is harder to find in a match like that because everything was pretty much 100% at a green checkpoint.
Yep.
I like that they can throw some comedy aspects in it, like the Dana, but we all know you really wasn't gonna you weren't really going to the top floor. You know what I'm saying? But the match as a whole, I think it flowed. It was really nice. Like I said in the intro, basically how much I really wanted to see inside the WWE headquarters. And damn it, I thought I were going to get more. I was one of those guys that was like, oh, what's in that door? Why are these fucking But
there's a lot of conference rooms. Holy damn, like
it was nice to see all like the memorabilia and all that cool stuff because that's got to be really there.
There was a poster with Roman Reigns on it. I don't know if you saw it, but they showed that. There was a poster with Roman Reigns as they were going through the hallways.
Yes.
That was one of my first things that I picked up on. Yep. It was, I'm not showing Roman Reigns enough. Bang! 10 by 10 poster just about it. It's just his logo. Okay, that works.
I will say this about Asuka and her character. I'm on board. I was never an Asuka fan. It's better than what she was doing before. The whole screaming nonsense because you can understand what she's saying. They're finally playing into the fact that she can't speak English. You know what I'm saying? Like Shinsuke back when he was going for the title, me no speak English, and he just walks away because it was a heel. Asuka is now a babyface, and she's a comedy act technically because she's just dancing around the ring and speaking nonsense, and it grabs the attention, and it fills the arena with a sound because the crowd is not there. She is capitalizing on this crowd not being there right now. During this pandemic. So
it's been managed well done in order to get people behind it. To be frank, I mean, like that's a great idea to put it on her when nobody can boo you and say what. Now it's listen up, folks. So put me on me.
Yep.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna stop her now, right?
She is now the second women's Grand Slam champion and third women's Triple Crown champion since she's now the new Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah, I mean,
to
win that feat like that, though, that sucks. You were handed. Like I know.
You were handed though. You weren't.
Yeah.
You correctly won
to be the
ladder match.
You gotta beat the man. And
very true.
Wow.
Gotta beat the man. Look at that.
Has now turned into the mom.
Yeah.
It's on the WWE.
Do you think she comes back? Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't think we see her.
She's full time anymore, to be honest.
Not full time.
Yeah, I think her career is over. In a good way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she'll be back in a part-time aspect.
Like a Beth Phoenix. Show up.
Yep.
Wow, man. I hate to say it, but I disagree with both of you on this one. I don't think
she's back full-time mommy.
She's back. She's coming back.
Both Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are full-time superstars, and they have a kid.
Who?
Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm
Seth
telling you,
Rollins and Becky Lynch are
if
going to have
If Ronda Rousey comes back within the next year, then I'm telling you, once we get a crowd back, it might not be next year. It might be the year after that. The Monday night after WrestleMania, you drop the Becky Lynch with Ronda coming out as the champ. There we go. Sign me up.
I think Ronda's too worried about becoming a mom too. So,
But we can
that's what I mean.
speculate all we want, but the truth is, Asuka is your women's champion, and is Otis the future world champion? Because, oh yeah, he is your men's Money in the Bank winner.
I wish Timmy was here.
My, oh my. Can you guys believe the ending to that? I will say this before I hear your thoughts. Otis was a 14-1 underdog. He was plus 1,400. You throw $100 on Otis.
That's crazy.
Not pretty good right now.
That is wild. I love it just because, oh yeah, it's just he's another superstar who is capitalizing on the fact that there is no crowd. He's the entertainment of Friday Night SmackDown. He is what I tune into, as well as Bray Wyatt. Those two superstars are the reason why I want to watch SmackDown every week. Mandy Rose also, because I love Mandy Rose, but besides the fact, he's capitalizing, and he's the Money in the Bank winner. AJ Styles technically had it, and it slipped from his fingers to Otis, and now he did it. He did it for Mandy, and the match itself was very well put together. I don't think there's any negatives on the men's side that I can point out, because King Corbin, sorry, he said sayonara to two guys, Alistair and Ray, over the top. They landed on the mat on the second floor. Don't worry about it. Daniel, actually, I don't know what happened. Oh, Daniel Bryan was in the ring, so
Yep.
all of them made it to the top. So
Yeah.
I found no negative. I have more to talk about, but I'll let you guys go ahead.
So for me, oh man, is Otis really the answer here? Oh man, this is totally a money grab, which maybe to me it was plain to see that it's just we're trying to sell some more merchandise. Oh yeah, okay. Bang, put that on a damn shirt. Now, for me, it's wow. You had contenders. You had people that put in the work to really who deserves that briefcase, aka Baron Corbin. I know, and I'm gonna say Baron Corbin, but I want to just say in my predictions, I did pick AJ Styles to win that. So I'm just saying I believe Baron Corbin should have won and been that guy if you're going to give it to any of them. Because we all know Baron Corbin dropped the ball with the last time he had the briefcase.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Boston and Providence, actually.
Yeah, he did. John Cena.
There.
Yeah, that was that John Cena moment.
Yep.
So tough break for the guy. We kind of want to see him back with it, and now I think he has the best personality for a briefcase because he is King Corbin. He does carry the briefcase. But Otis, like, what? When in your heart do you think Otis is gonna cash in? And who does he cash in? Like, that is silly to me. That is silly, dude.
Otis will cash in when there finally is a crowd.
To who? Drew? And lose, right? Like, Otis ain't your champion.
What if he cashes in on Braun?
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Randy, I did it. Here's what I think. Matt, go ahead. I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen with Otis. But Macho, what do you think about the match?
The match was, I was obviously in. I was entertained. I think everybody played their part very well. King Corbin throwing Ray and Aleister Black over the top, which obviously they're okay, as you guys mentioned. I think they could have done a little better on that story considering the following night, Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black, it ain't no thing. It's okay.
Yep.
You know. So a little disappointed on that end. I expected to see Elias, so when I saw him, it just all made sense to screw over King Corbin to keep that feud going. Daniel Bryan, I never really saw him as an option to win. I just kind of saw him as he's just playing a part. AJ Styles was my pick, as you guys know. My disappointment he didn't win, yes, because I think he made all the sense in the world to be that heel to carry around the briefcase. But the way that they did it showed that AJ Styles is priming up for a title opportunity. But the way that he dropped it into Otis's hands, it all honestly just made sense.
It plays into it. You know, like as far as competitors in this matchup who need it, AJ Styles doesn't need it. He's already a name. You know, Daniel Bryan's a name. He doesn't need it.
But you don't think AJ Styles could have played that well, holding that briefcase?
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. He could have played it well, holding a briefcase.
Yeah.
But he's very focused on the dead man right now, clearly, because what's going on Monday Night Raw. He's psyching himself out with the Undertaker. So maybe there'll be a rematch of that in the future. I don't know.
Does it go to WrestleMania? Does this whole AJ Styles to Undertaker? Does it go, and should it go?
I don't think it should go. I mean, we're obviously watching the Undertaker documentary, The Last Ride, on the network. Great so far. And I think his matchup at this past WrestleMania 36 should be his final match. I don't think, unless they're going to do another cinematic match, I don't think he should step foot in the ring.
It's fair.
That's
Wow.
just, yeah.
Love
I think the Undertaker should just literally hang him up. He literally rode off on a bike into the sunset.
So BA, tell me about Otis real quick. What's happening?
What's going to happen?
Yeah, tell me.
Brock Lesnar is going to defeat Otis and take the briefcase from him. That's what's going to happen. 100%.
Wow. Just like that.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
I'm remembering.
Brock Lesnar will return. Paul Heyman's going to be on the mic. Otis is going to be with Mandy on his arm. Like, oh, yeah, Money in the Bank. Yeah, Mandy, Candy Mandy, yeah. Paul Heyman's going to be like, hey, put your money where your mouth is. If you think you're the next guy, defeat my beast incarnate. Or if you lose, he takes your briefcase.
All right.
Otis could be like, oh, yeah, I got Mandy. I got briefcase. I'm the luckiest man in the world. The luck is going to run out, unfortunately.
Well, you heard it here first. BA with the hot take. Brock Lesnar is going to take the briefcase from Otis, even though Brock just had the briefcase last year. Hey, but you heard it here first.
Just saying, man.
Before we close out, I just want to touch on a couple of Raw topics. These are just some quick jabs. Just going to throw out a topic, and I need to know how you guys felt about it. Bobby Lashley looking like he's going to team up with MVP. You in on that?
Yeah. I am in on it only because I think Bobby Lashley deserves to finally be in the heavyweight team, the heavyweight division. Sorry, couldn't find that damn word.
I'll tell you, I'm in because Bobby Lashley needs somebody on the mic for him, and someone like MVP makes all the sense in the world.
Does it though? MVP? Huh?
Let it play out. We'll talk about it some more.
Clearly, I'm inside of BA, and I need to drop this rumor. There is a stable in the works, and it is whatever MVP is developing. Apollo Crews is, of course, going to be involved in this said stable as potentially a heel. Bobby Lashley looks like he's going to be in the stable. You got this weird tag team. I don't know their names anymore. I think one of them is Thorne. I don't know. Maybe they're in the stable. I don't know what MVP's doing. It seems like MVP is taking on the character of like how what's his name? From Robbie, I don't know his name. Robert Stone, the Robert Stone brand. So I think
All
that's
right.
going to happen.
All right. All right. Iconics are back.
Yeah.
You guys liking that? Looking like they're going to be in the women's tag team title picture. Obviously,
I
makes sense to me. I'm cool to see them back. Are they going to be Alexa and Nikki next week?
no. I like it because it's bringing competitors now, bringing the titles to be relevant. Because apparently, I don't know what happened to all these tag teams that they made a women's tag team title for, and they were like the tag teams disappeared. Obviously, people got furloughed and released. Iconics bringing them back, I think it's great.
I think the women's tag team division has been crap ever since day one. Great day, Iconics are back. Bad that Alexa Bliss took that pin. And overall, don't expect much for the women's tag team division.
I don't either.
Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio. You guys saw it. He poked his eye out, damn it. And I am totally on board with that feud that's going to be coming forward.
I don't think it's going to be a feud. I think Alistair probably gets involved and Rey Mysterio kind of just takes a back seat because Alistair's kind of involved with Murphy already. I just love what they're doing with Seth because of the fact that he's technically listening to the voices in his head and just losing it. He's turning into the modern day Randy Orton.
I am on board with the Rey Mysterio thing. We're not sure if it does turn into a feud. Caught me by surprise on it, honestly. But I am very, very entertained by this new Seth Rollins that literally didn't move a muscle on his tag team match. So I'm ready to see it play out.
Well executed.
Can I just say this?
Yep.
Why was there a disqualification though?
That I don't know, and
doesn't make any sense. But WWE. So.
So it looks like they're teasing the splitting up of Andrade, Austin Theory, and Angel Garza. Too soon?
Yes. Maybe this is their way of taking Austin Theory out of that group. I don't think he fits in that group as far as like they're all like Mexican or Latino, Latina. I just don't see Austin Theory being really. He just doesn't mesh well with them. I don't think he's a great up and coming superstar. They were kind of building him up in NXT, and then he just got dropped into the main card because they didn't have that much talent to even put on out there in the show. So he just joined the stable. So
for me, man, I just think history repeats itself for a reason, and WWE is not opening their eyes. You literally have LWO ready to roll at your disposal, and you're holding on for some weird reason. Don't break this group up. They don't deserve to be split up yet. I think you need to put a little bit more respect on Zelina Vega and let her manage because, damn it, she's good at it.
Yeah, she's really good. She's probably, other than Paul Heyman, think of another manager that's relevant right now.
Yeah. Real quick on this topic, the basketball game between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. Were you entertained, yes or no?
Hell yeah, I was entertained, man. That was a fun, different side of the WWE to throw out there. They are obviously trying their hardest to keep you entertained. And damn it, if they're going to put a couple of grande supremos on the basketball court at your disposal, enjoy it.
I didn't mind it. I mean, then again, I did fall asleep for the last hour of the show. That wasn't the reason why I fell asleep because I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. So I had to catch it on the recap. But I liked it. You know, I like what they're doing with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders because they're opening up different sides. Like the Viking Raiders don't know what the hell a basketball is. They were touching it like weirdly. Like I'm on board with it.
I was in too. I'm interested to see where this tag team feud is headed because I have no idea. I think they're going to go be Vikings somewhere next, but we'll see.
Right.
Babyface Jinder Mahal, looking like he's going to be a hero. I don't know. It might be a little early to really get into this one. So just preliminary, you interested?
Yeah, I'm always interested in seeing where Jinder leads. The fact that he's a hero now, I didn't like seeing that. I thought he was a great heel as a champion, and now I think a little tuning up into being a heel for Jinder, you could really, really show what he's worth. I have to be on board because I'm a Jinder man.
I think this whole hero thing they're doing now is just obviously pushing it into he's eventually going to turn heel again on his best friend Drew McIntyre. How he said it so much in that interview, in the interview itself. Uh, it's building up to the Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, former members of 3MB. So unfortunately, Heath Slater didn't make the cut as far as making this a triple threat match. But for the title will be on the line, and it's just another stepping stone for Drew McIntyre as a legit title holder. Sorry, Jinder. They're building you up to eventually knock you down on your knees.
I'm interested. I think it's too early to tell, but definitely like what Inside of BA had to drop there for his thoughts on where that feud's going, potentially going anyway. Raw closed out. We've got two more quick topics. Raw closed out with the Edge and Orton promo. Orton challenged Edge to a wrestling match, to which Raw just kind of ended with Edge looking confused and indecisive. And I'm gonna clearly start this one off and say, why?
Yeah.
Why did Edge have to portray himself that way? I mean, it was a simple, you want to fucking fight me again? Let's do it. Now we could do it as a wrestling match. I mean, don't try to sell me on the bullshit that Randy Orton is the better wrestler. Is he? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. They're kind of the same.
But I mean, the way that, I just didn't like the way that that was the end of Raw. It was a huge.
They hyped it the whole show. They hyped it the whole show, and I don't think it lived up to the hype of whatever they were trying to do. And as far as like they're gonna have a wrestling match, well, Edge didn't agree to it yet. That's probably gonna be another episode of Monday Night Raw. Hey, Edge is back to answer the challenge. Good job. It's their way of getting the ratings back that they're losing because I think they hit underneath 2 again this past week. Even though it was I think one of the better Raws in the past month.
Yep.
So maybe 2 months. I can't remember that far back, but as far as Monday Night Raw was a great show. There was some slow spots, the Shayna and Natalya part, but we won't get into that because I don't think it's that really much of it.
For me, I think it was a weak way and a cheap way to get out of a show. It was a terrible ending. In my opinion, you hit the pinnacle. That was the best W you got all year, is a win at Wrestle Freaking Mania against a guy that literally called you out on this Monday Night Raw, and you don't know if you want to do it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You showed us that you clearly have it. Your WWE 24 showed me that you clearly have it. So don't give me this. I'm scared and then beat him again. That's dumb.
Last topic, since BA did already just start to bring this up. Obviously, the ratings are starting to really tank. WWE, obviously, you guys are watching it. They're trying what they can to be innovative, creative, cinematic. But now they're bringing back the wild card rule in a new way. What are they calling it? The inter-brand invitations, where that just came out of nowhere.
Wait, is that what they said?
That's what it's getting called. Yeah, something.
Oh, wow, that's news to me. I didn't even know that.
Don't quote my words on that. You'd have to look that up.
Okay.
But what I read on it is that it's not going to be every single week, but you're going to start to see a lot more going between shows again. And I'm glad they're not calling it a wild card rule so that it doesn't get out of hand. If you're going to throw a SmackDown superstar on Raw here and there, like we have Drew versus King Corbin next week, and you're going to throw a Raw superstar on SmackDown here and there, I don't mind it. I mean, they're doing what they can to try to boost the ratings. This is going to make Drew McIntyre look good. It's going to make King Corbin look good next week because he's pretty much on that totem level now. I mean, he's main event material. He showed it in his feud with Roman Reigns. He's proven himself to be a damn king. It's working. Is he gonna beat Drew? Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
I don't think he beats him clean, that's for sure. But this might set up a potential championship match. Like, who is Drew's next challenger? Andrade? Did he beat him last night? I don't remember that. That might have been the match I fell asleep in.
That was a great match too.
No, Drew beat him. Drew beat him.
Drew did beat him, okay.
Yeah.
So, who is the next challenger for Drew McIntyre? They're going to make something up. That's for sure.
Yeah. I guess it could be Corbin. I guess maybe unless they speed up Jinder Mahal, unless they keep pushing the case with Andrade. I don't know. This is what we live for. This is what why we tune in.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out next week.
Yeah. I just want to say one last thing. Since we technically lost the top woman superstar on Monday Night Raw now, who is going to fill her boots on the Raw side? Does the inter-brand help this?
I think they should push the Shayna versus Asuka thing, and
100%.
Nia Jax is that person. If
just put Nia Jax, put her on SmackDown or something. Just get her off my TV. I don't like. She's just coming in and just wasting my time. I don't even want her near the title. She's going to be near the title because she's technically one of the main event of the women's side. But it's just like, let Shayna and Asuka do their thing. Nia is just going to be a thorn in the side. That's what she's going to be the whole time. But is Asuka the girl?
To answer your question, who's filling the boots? It's Asuka. She's the one connecting the best right now. She was already proving that before WrestleMania with her gimmick. It's going to work. And I think her first feud is actually probably going to be Nia Jax. Sorry, BA. So I think Shayna Baszler is a little more concentrated over with Natalya after what I saw on Raw. So I'm going Asuka, Nia Jax first feud, and Asuka's the one trying to fill the boots in the foreseeable future. I
will say this: they're screwing up. She's done better in NXT than in the main roster. This is Shayna Baszler. But last night her promos absolutely fire. Just if she can just keep doing that. We're literally being a bitch. Just keep doing that and just go out there, kick shit, and then come back, talk shit. As long as you can walk the walk, you can talk the talk. So maybe she's the next, but I don't know. But I'm still waiting for Liv Morgan to get that. Still waiting. It's happening. I know it is because they're already kind of doing with Charlotte, whatever they're doing there. But Liv Morgan. Was she? She wasn't on Raw last night, was she?
no.
Yeah, she gave Becky a hug in the back. That was it.
Oh, yeah, right at the beginning.
Gotcha. That's why I fell asleep. I knew she wasn't going to show up.
Dan, go. Closing thoughts. What you got?
Looking forward to the SmackDown coming up. I really think it's going to be a strong show. They saw a downgrade on ratings last week. So I'm prepared for SmackDown to blow my mind.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be a big one. You got Otis on Miz TV, so that's the biggest thing that they're plugging right now. So
gonna be such good shit. With that, guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure you guys give us a follow, a like, a retweet, help me out here.
Share and subscribe.
Yeah, there we go. We got them all.
It throws it off if you just say like, follow, share, retweet, subscribe. Like, follow, share, retweet, subscribe. I'll say it one more time. Like, share, follow, retweet, subscribe. 2 more times? Because you get a 5 time. Okay, we're good.
I think we're good. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. Checking out Smacktalk team. Let's ride.